16. And when all hopes were about to be dashed in this year's games, Ese Brume, as you can see on your screen, on the right side of the screen, Ese Brume, of course, was the first person to win that medal, a silver for us in a bronze medal for us in long jump. Then Blessing Obududu, you know, upped the game and gave us a silver in wrestling, and we nearly got a gold medal, even not for the fact that she lost. She was pinned down. Talking about Adegoroye in other wrestling, nearly, but nearly cannot. You know, it's not a medal.
Of course, the match was not a good medal match. The match was just a run of 16.
Yes, but so she was primed to get to that.
She was primed to get and in your first match, you actually been defeated by a pin down. Just so sad at this point in time. People are saying that we have moved further in our talking about our performance in the Olympic Games, but it's just so sad that we get into. Win just 2 medals. We are saying we have improved from our last outing in Rio and also in London 2012. But there are some countries that actually came with few numbers of athletes, and we actually went to the Olympic with, and they won about 2 good medals there. So we need to actually step up our game. We know what the Boha that went down in the Olympics. Right
so many things went wrong. That
qualification, right from the Blessing of KWARA, the penalties and all that. So many things actually went wrong in Tokyo. But at this point in time, the minister is coming out and saying yes, isn't going to open an investigative panel to probe what really actually went down in Tokyo Olympic Games. I just want to ask, because in the last World Championship, where there was actually some issues, the minister had ordered for a probe. Up to today, we have not seen that report. They just mad and say, okay, technical director,
take it stop first.
And that
I not saying that there's not going to be any. We will not see the end result of this probe.
Who do you want to investigate here?
Now, but according to the statement, but in fact, that's the first time I ever see a statement being signed by the minister. That's the first time. All other statements were, media office of the minister, but this was the first time he's going to write a press statement by himself and sign. And then, of course, he said he's going to probe whoever, those who are in charge or who are supposed to be in charge of. And he himself also said he's taking some responsibility for that lapse in that got those 2 athletes, those 10 athletes disqualified and everything. So, but then let's still give some benefit of doubt that we will get to see the white paper or the resolution or the ruling or the decision, whatever name they will call it, that will come at the end of the probe, which of course we are here to see the committee members.
I was just going to talk on that, because after the Doha game, immediately the next day, the minister actually set up a probe panel for the Doha games. But we are back from the Olympics now for the team return on Saturday. Today is Thursday.
Some are yet.
Some are coming today and by 12:30. But we are yet to actually to see who and who will be in that panel and who is expected to appear before that panel.
Can say maybe you're going to be part of the panel.
Me, I'm going to be part of the panel. Of course, that's not possible at this point in time. That's not possible. But
I think let's just give him a little more, a little space to set up the panel. And if he does not sell that panel within the next 1 week, then we cannot raise an issue that, sir, he promised that they're going to probe this. We have not heard anything about the probe yet. What is going on? Then can I start? So maybe right now he's trying to get credible angels that will feel.
No, of course.
That will.
Credible angels.
Yes.
At this point in time, he's in charge of the ministry.
Yeah.
But even the NADO, they are under the ministry.
Yes.
So he's in charge of the ministry. It means he didn't actually get to.
I was not happy with something about that statement where he said where he referred to that video by that shot putter.
Okay, Chibikuka.
Yeah, Chibikuka. I said the video was like to embarrass Nigeria. I do not like the boy came.
But that was the truth.
Yes, that's what I don't like. I don't like that statement, because that part of the statement. Own up
That was it. Just own up to your responsibility.
Yes, if you own up to your mistakes,
he said in that statement,
people will forgive you.
He said in that statement, he said that the federation, they were the one responsible for the kit of the athlete that were going to compete in the games. That the ministry just provides the general kit for Team Nigeria. But you know that there was a certain pomade that the federation was supposed to use, but due to ego, power that that being
if you go back to that market, it will take a longer time. But I just don't like that aspect of that statement where he said the video was embarrassed.
It was the athlete that did it. It was
this young guy, but that guy was also, I think, is a coward for pulling that video.
For pulling the video down, of course.
Like, if you know it was true, you'll add a jersey for leave it. You have exposed them, but to not pull down the video.
It shows you as an athlete, you're not credible.
That's maybe because they put fire under him and he was forced to pull it down. But of course, I have the video on my phone.
I have the video. The video is everywhere. The message has been passed already.
It has been passed already. So that part that it was trying to embarrass Nigeria was wrong. They should accept that, yes, this is a lapse on their part or whoever's part. And I expect that after the end of this probe, that heads should roll.
Of course, in this part of the world, heads should roll. Of course, we'll go to our next story talking about that they will actually get to drag the Nigerian Football Federation to ticket getting to play in the Continental is not actually resolved, because we know that a crisis actually broke in at the NPFL, where the NFF Ethics Committee actually came out to withdrew the 3 points that was given to Jigawa Golden Stars against Rivers United
in March day 34.
In March 34, due to the fact that Jigawa Golden Stars actually filled up an ineligible player that had already gotten 5 yellow cards, and it was not supposed to play in that match. But at the end of the day, he played, and when it was reviewed, the 3 points was stripped from Jigawa Golden Stars, and it was handed over to Rivers United, and that 3 points has aided Rivers United squared to play in the continent.
I'm not happy with this situation. LMC should take responsibility for not recording that issue of that player that had accumulated 5 yellow cards. Even here, the club should have done that sort of. But it's because we don't keep records.
We don't keep data.
We don't keep data. Why would a player have 5 yellow cards? He has gotten 5 yellow cards, and yeah, you still fielded him. So I still blame the management of that club. The coach in particular, for not having.
Even the match day commissioner should be held accountable.
The match commissioner should be, because he's working with for the LMC.
Yes.
We should have given him that data that no, this player cannot. This player has accumulated 5 yellow cards, so he's not fit or not eligible to play this match. So if a club should have all those statistics, data analysts in their squad, in their team, that will monitor
at every given point, this player is not supposed to play due to yellow card and all that.
It's painful for KWARA United because this is not supposed to be for them, because they are not involved in this issue between Rivers United and Jigawa Golden Stars that fielded that player. So now they are now suffering for the pains of another club.
And Golden Stars actually, they actually need that 3 point, because that will actually send them to relegation.
Yes. So, and KWARA United are not bothered about who goes to relegation. What they want is that ticket to go to
to play the CAF Confederation Cup.
So whoever goes to relegation is not a problem, because now, but they took the third position, and
they were expecting that they were going to go to.
Yes, and then after the season, you now come out a ruling that no, he can no longer go to because of one thing that happened 4 games earlier.
But that's just the law.
It's painful, but
that's just the law.
I know it's painful, but then something has to be done, because I personally, is the law, yes.
That's the law, but you can't do anything at this point in time.
Then why did not bring the ruling now?
Of course, they have to revisit it at this point in time.
Why did they revisit it after that game, March 34? Why wait end of the season and to not kill the hopes of these players who probably had dreamt on the last day that if they win this game, they'll go to.
Some players' hope has been killed, while some hopes have been resurrected. The hopes of Rivers United, who they didn't actually have any possible means of them making the
chairman of KWARA United is alleging that
he's going to take the matter to
court. That's why it's alleging that the head of the committee
is from Rivers.
Is from Rivers.
does not really matter.
Is
it not in the law books?
But then, for partiality's sake,
is it not in the law books?
Hold on, yeah, but for partiality's sake, for fair play's sake, I don't think somebody from Rivers State should head that committee that has involved that state. It's going to be clash of interest.
But the committee has been in place even before now.
Yeah, the law is there. But then, for the sake of fair play, so that KWARA United do not have that excuse to say for partiality whatsoever, the chairman of that committee should step down.
It's from Rivers, no doubt about it.
It's from Rivers.
The committee has been in place before now. So
you don't get my point. For fair play, so that KWARA United will not have any excuse that because of this man that is from Rivers State and everything, just to be on a safe side, nothing stops the chairman.
But the report has already been said.
You see, you're not getting my point. For fair play,
you should have said
he should have stepped down because now KWARA United now they are claiming because he is from Rivers State, an employee of Rivers State government, is going to favor Rivers United, so they can go to and fair play, so that KWARA United will not have that excuse to say this judgment is biased.
You should have said, you should have stepped down before reaching.
Yes.
But he didn't actually.
Now KWARA United now they are not taking CAF now to they're taking NFF to court of sport arbitration.
Of course, they're going to lose the game, no doubt about it. They're going to, because it's in the law already. It's in the law book. It's in the ethics of the ethics of the LMC.
But there's something that they are also fighting for, which might play in their favor as well too. There could be a lacuna that they're working out that we don't know.
Of course, no doubt about it.
That we don't know that might play in their favor, because it's unfair. Why would you do this after the season, after the game, the whole season has ended, and they have declared this winner? After declared, they now come up. We should have done this before the season ended.
Or maybe Rivers. So maybe Rivers United, they were just waiting for the right time for them to actually bring it up.
Okay, so because they lost their games, I think that they lost their 2 games. So that's let's go to the drawing board. There's something happened though.
Even if KWARA United was in the same show of Rivers State, they would do the same thing. But it's just so sad that KWARA United actually played well this season, and we actually expected
for this fact, I want KWARA United to drag NFF to court and win this case and get a ticket to go and play. Even though they might play hopefully, but
for me the case is dead on arrival.
It's not dead on arrival.
It's dead on arrival.
I will support them. I'm in support of them to drag NFF to court, because it is very a week earlier, and then they now say Leicester City defeated one player, and
this thing is dead on arrival. Let's move on. Please, we'll go to our next story where 80-year-old ex-serviceman is set with 950 others. They are set to actually hit the NEMBE BRASS-NEMBE Unity marathon that will be happening in Bayelsa come August 13 later this month. You see a certain 80-year-old man getting to run an 8 kilometers marathon.
Yeah, he is not going to run per se. He's probably just going to be strolling.
Or maybe just for the media.
Yeah, just small jogging, because there's no way. So he's just going to do it anyway. I don't know the state of his health.
Of course.
He is
but according to the report, he has been given a clean bill head for him to participate.
Probably there are some old people who still have very good health system, but of course their bones will be weak. So he might not just be running. So he might just do some walk a little bit, run a little bit, jog a little bit. Of course, not good, and probably just so. By the way, it's fun that for him to keep himself. He's retired. He has nothing to do. He's not taking. I'm sure he has no children that he's sending to school. So he's not doing anything. So just to keep himself alive and all that.
But just for precaution's sake, there should be an ambulance always by the side in case anything wants to happen, so that they can actually come to his rescue.
Okay, so leaving that athletics now, let's go back to Olympics, but this time around for 2024 Olympics, where the Nigerian Football Federation have assured Nigerians including you, me, and everybody, that Team Nigeria, the dream team, this time around, will be what dream team, maybe 5 or so, yeah, they will participate in the Olympics in Paris in 3 years' time. Remember, this year, no female, our male team and our female team were not in Tokyo, and that was very sad. That Nigeria, no football, it's on edge of that. We will go to Olympics and then Nigeria will not participate in football. But it happened this year, or rather last year, this year, and the NFF, led by Ahmad Binik, is assuring us that we should not worry again, that Nigeria will participate in 2024 Olympics. But how that pans out in the next 2-3 years, because now it's 3 years, no longer 4 years. In the next 2 years per se, we should know where we are heading. Because and again, I was happy for Brazil. Of course, they defended. Maybe if Nigeria had participated, maybe Brazil would not have won these Olympics. I mean, would not have won the gold. But of course, we are not there, and Brazil defended their title. And one man, of course, Daniel Alves, is now the person that has the most trophies in the world as a player.
The ageless Daniel Alves.
45, is it 45 trophies right now?
I think 46.
So he has added the Olympic gold. It was not the last Olympics. So he has added the Olympic gold to his record. He has won he has not won the World Cup yet.
Yes, it's just the World Cup.
It's the only World Cup. So if he wins the World Cup, that means he has won every single title on earth except MPFL.
Of course, the English Premiership, he didn't actually play.
He did play, but in every competition he has played in, he has won, except this World Cup and probably the club. So probably World Cup.
He has won all those.
The Confederations Cup.
He has won all everything.
So
just remaining the World Cup.
Just the World Cup. So Champions League. When he was in Barcelona, he won everything in Barcelona. When he was in PSG, he won everything with PSG. When he went to which other club again? He has gone around and he has won everything he can win.
But Team Nigeria, NFF assuring us that we are going to qualify. We saw that shambolic display during the qualifiers that they didn't make it. A certain MESSI-MBAPPE was the one in charge at this point in time. Just so sad that both male and female team didn't make it to the finals of the Olympic. We hope they get to put their house in order and get to qualify for the next one come 2024 in Paris. Away from that, we're still talking about football at this point in time, where KANO pillars, talking about KANO pillars management. They are coming out to beg their fans and say, please understand with us, the Allah understand with us, due to the fact that they didn't actually make it for they didn't actually made it to play in the Continental Games, and they actually didn't get to win the MPFL at this point in time. So they are pleading with their fans that they should give them more time, and that next season they will see how they will be able to get to play in the continent.
We know that KANO pillars, they call it the Mesugida. They are the club that has the largest fan base in Nigeria,
of course.
And they disappointed their fans this season, including myself. We expected them to do well.
With the signing of Ahmed Musa.
Even with the coming of Ahmed Musa, to ginger them and everything.
How many matches did he even play?
I don't know how many matches he played before he went back to Turkey. But then, of course, they could not make the grade. For the first time in some years now, they will not be playing anything in the continental stage. And of course, you know how their fans can be. They can be rowdy.
Of course.
I'm not rowdy anyway, but they can. The other fans, as you can see on your pitch, they can invade the pitch anytime, any day, and they express their displeasure that KANO pillars, who's like the Real Madrid of Nigeria,
but imagine
is
all
not
these
playing
fans
in Europe. Sorry, he's not playing continental stage.
Imagine all these fans getting to pay maybe like 500 naira or 300 naira for every match. That would be a whole lot of money for KANO pillars.
But these guys, they just stumble, jump the fence, climb the ceiling.
No, I'm very, very certain if the LMC even asks for a gate fee from those fans will actually not pay.
Yeah, it's very possible. It's very possible. It's very That's why there's need, because the government keeps posturing these clubs. so they feel that there's always more money to come. But if it's a private individual, if it's owned by a private organization or an individual, you pay.
This is big money.
This is big money.
This is big money for the club.
Okay, so let's leave MPFL and go to Europe, where yesterday Chelsea defeated Villarreal on penalties to win the UEFA Super Cup. Yesterday it was a beautiful game, 1-1. Of course, ended 6-5 on penalties, and Chelsea is winning this UEFA Cup for the first time in 23 years. And the last time they won it was in 1998. But then, the time they won the Champions League, of course, they didn't win this UEFA Super Cup. And congrats to Chelsea fans in the house. You know, for those who supported Chelsea, good luck to you guys. Thomas Tuchel has given you your best trophy this season.
He's on his view now. He's directing the affairs.
So he has brought in a winning mentality into this team, and we are happy to see a beautiful match, even though this match made me stay late at work yesterday. I was very angry that it was entry extra time.
Yes, of course. And after the extra time, you went straight to penalties.
And so it was fine. So congrats to Chelsea fans again, and I hope we'll see more of victories from the Abramovich boys.
No problem.
Yes.
Of course, just to let you know before we go on that Bayelsa United and Bayelsa Queens are match champions of the 2021 ITU Cup competition, just like the FA Cup that we have in the English Premiership. The finals actually went down on the Sunday in Benin City, where Bayelsa United actually defeated Nasarawa United, who are actually favourite to win that particular cup, 2-3.
Yes.
In the penalty shootout. After the game ended 2-2, and also Bayelsa Queen defeated their counterpart, talking about Robo Queens, 4-2 for them to emerge the women's champion of the ITU Cup. So
Bayelsa just came in. Nobody expected for the men's game. Nobody expected Bayelsa United. Bayelsa United, they were like the underdogs. Before they got to the finals, they defeated they defeated Lobby Stars, they defeated Rivers United, and then they defeated Plateau United as well, so giants. So they are like giant killers. And I was there live in Benin, and I saw how the game played out. Nasarawa United did their best, but then, if not for the rains, Bayelsa United will have finished, will have washed Nasarawa United. Their keeper, Nasarawa United keeper was a saving grace.
Wow, what happened to all the players?
Simon's one call, who
was banging goals left, right, and center.
Who emerged as the leading goal scorer for this past season. Of course, he had some glittering chances. The woodwork stopped him.
He even missed his penalty.
He missed penalty. We see South teams now doing very, very well when it comes to sport. They are the best when it comes to sport.
Of course.
It's a Brume who's an athlete. He's from the South. Blessed Akagbare, Blessed Odudu,
almost
even
all our
Enoch, Adeboye, all of them.
Adegoke.
They're all from the South region.
Almost all our track athletes. They are from
the South region.
So I feel.
Football. So we all have our gifts.
I feel in the northern part of the country we have the resources, we have the human resources, a whole lot of population, and in the north, while few population and in the south.
Yes.
I feel if the state government can actually get to invest more in sport, they can able to do a lot from for the youth in that particular region. Because we know in the north, it's just only KANO state they actually get to invest in sports.
If
looking at the football, the volleyball,
if you look at
handball.
the last sports festival on the medal table,
it was even KANO that came close.
All the other Nasarawa, Taraba, Yobe, Gombe,
they were down.
They were all down. In fact,
it was just KANO that actually make the top 10 or top 12.
But so if you know that the northern part, they might not be good exactly in sports, but they also have their own strength, which can be channeled into. So it is just God has just given us this country, and we are just trying to advocate for one Nigeria. You know, there are agitations there and there. But if we begin to harness the different potentials in each region, no force on earth, I repeat, no force on earth can stop us. Okay, so let's not go into, you know, but we know the power of
politics in Nigeria.
Politics in football.
Of course, there's politics in
football in politics. And together. Okay, so let's leave what happened in Benin City, and let's go to one of the biggest news that happened in the last week. You know, since last Sunday, where a certain man cried. You know, he cried that he was leaving a club that he spent 21 years, but the following day
he cried his way to make more money.
And the following day, he was smiling, you know, sheepishly before the cameras, you know, waving. So he left his club, his childhood club. You know.
We thought this day was not going to come,
but it came, and he is going to earn so much money that my mother saw my status and she said, "Vanity upon vanity." I said, "Mommy, it's because this money is not dead." When I converted, when I converted the money in salary, 330 million naira per week for salary. What else will I be doing? And funny enough, that Messi is not going to even spend this money by his club. Is for himself and his family. His school fees, the school for his children
are taken good care of. There are still a whole lot of
the clothes, the shoes, the wristwatch, everything you wear is going to be branded by one, maybe Nike, Adidas, whatever.
Of course.
They'll pay for it.
And PSG will make more money from what they have actually signed.
Jersey in 30 minutes was finished in PSG store.
Can you imagine?
And they had not even launched the jersey yet. They had not even said. But people had lined up
to buy the
jersey, and within 30 minutes, that's a record. Within 30 minutes, is jersey finished.
Of course, big money for.
The moment Messi signed the dotted line for PSG, PSG followership on social media increased from maybe like 40 million to maybe like 1.20 million to over 40 million in less than 24 hours.
I told you.
That is the pool of.
I told you. Even on this show, I told you that Messi has his own fans. Barcelona has their own fans. If Messi gets to leave Barcelona for another club, his fans will actually follow him to the club that he was going to. So you see, just to show you the power of football at this point in time.
You know, in total, his salary is about 1 million pounds, but after tax, it will get him with 550,000 euros. I mean, or pounds. Big money.
Big money.
And Barcelona I'm sorry, Barcelona they lost the opportunity. They should have sold it last year and for mega money.
And now he went on a free transfer. And he went for a free transfer.
On a free transfer.
It's their own deal.
It's their own deal. Why would I sacrifice my career because you want to please another?
We're still talking about PSG at this point in time. One man is saying, "Let me go. I don't want to play with Lionel Messi." That's actually coming from KWARA MBAPPE at this point in time. He wants to actually leave and head straight to Spain, and he is not actually going to Barcelona at this point in time. He's trying to pitch his tent in the
Real Madrid
stadium at this point in time.
There were rumors the exit of Messi so that he can able to fund, he can able to bring in Pape. Why am I saying Pape? Back to bring him to Real Madrid and everything. But of course, he has denied such allegations. But then then the PSG president is trying to tell this young French guy, Kylian Mbappé, that don't leave. We have one of the fiercest attack line right now in the world. Yes, and it is true. On your right is going to be a Neymar. He is going to be in the middle.
Of course.
And Di Maria is going to be on the right, while Messi is going to be behind. And of course, you have that free role.
Will Messi want to play behind, or you want to be a first striker?
Just the way he plays in. so it can drift from anywhere.
From the wings. Messi is trying to ensure that they bring Luis Suarez from Barcelona to come and join PSG. So it's going to be a deadly attack, for PSG in this at this point.
We are most certain that PSG will win this league.
Of course, we asked a question earlier on the show that can Messi help, PSG to win the Champions League? We've gotten a comment from our Facebook page. Okay, at this point in time.
Okay. So while we are waiting for your comments, so let's go on with the transfer gist where Tammy Abraham is set to join. Why is he going to Arsenal in the first place?
I think he was actually going to Roma, but at this point in time, according to reports, personal terms has been agreed. He just for the club to actually the formality at this point in time, but he's going to Arsenal for Martinez Lautaro, this guy that plays for Inter Milan at this point in time. I feel that is a striker that will help them, not Tammy Abraham. I feel Tammy Abraham is still young. He's still I still prefer a certain Alexander Lacazette to Tammy Abraham at this point in time.
Okay, so we have a comment from Alison Egwotu-Chuks talking about Messi. He said, yes, I think it can with incredible players PSG having right now. I believe the glory of the Champions League is coming to PSG. Yes, and I concur with him. PSG, they have a fearsome team right now, and they got some wonderful players on free. People like Sergio Ramos. It's so unbelievable that Ramos and Messi they are not teammates.
Of course.
Bitter rivals. For Madrid and Barcelona, captains of the two sides now coming together to form a fearsome team. That is just strange, but of course that is what football is all about. And
it started happening at this point in time. Of course, we are actually going to the next story where Friday, talking about the new 2021-2022 season. We actually start on Friday. It has started in some leagues. It has started in the French League One, but the cutting race that will be the match between Brentford versus Arsenal is starting on Friday. That's tomorrow, and a whole lot of fireworks is going to happen in that same Friday. A certain Borussia Mönchengladbach will play Bayern Munich in the German Bundesliga, while in the Spanish La Liga, Valencia will actually get to play Getafe in that particular match, right? In the French League One, Lorient will play Monaco. That will happen tomorrow.
Then on Saturday at the English Premier League, we're going to see Manchester United, of course, taking on Leeds, and Chelsea, the new winners of the Super Cup, will welcome Crystal Palace. Liverpool will take a trip to Norwich. Some of those games in the Premier League, and of course in France, maybe we will see Messi, make his debut on Saturday when PSG take on Strasbourg in the France League. And of course in Spain, Real Madrid will kickstart their campaign against Alaves. Osasuna, we welcome Espanyol. Mallorca, of course, we welcome Real Betis. So these are just some of the fixtures that we have. Of course, the MPFL season, our Nigerian league has ended.
It's on break.
It's on break.
Players have gone on break.
They've gone on break. Where some clubs are they're going to yes, like Aqua United, they've resumed some little bit of training because they're going to Champions League and everything, which will start in September. And so that's just it for now for the fixtures, and we will see when the league resumes, because EPL is the most followed league in the world, and we'll be bringing you gist that are coming from that league from next week. So this is where we draw the curtains for today's program, and as usual, we hope you've enjoyed every bit of today's show. Till we come again same time, same station next week. We say enjoy the rest of your day and have a splendid weekend ahead. I am Jide Olushola.
I am Olawale Ayeni. Bye bye for now. God bless you.
Beaming from the nation's capital, we bring to you the good news through various programming, news updates, worship and teachings.
The paralysis of sin makes us to be